5 most dangerous hacks of all time. The Estonian Cyber War. In April 2007, Estonia became the battleground for the first major cyber war. Over 3 weeks, the country suffered relentless distributed denial of service. A DDoS attack is a malicious attempt by attackers to force a system to go offline. They do this by flooding the system with large amount of fake internet traffic, rendering the system inaccessible or useless. The attack in Estonia started with political parties' websites and extended to news outlets, schools, and businesses. This attack lasted for 2 weeks, but in the 3rd week, Estonia's banking infrastructure was hit by the biggest DDoS attack ever. Online banking transactions in Estonia was disrupted, rendering ATMs completely inoperable, leaving their largest bank, Hansapank, with no choice but to shut down banking operation. Even Estonians outside of the country were unable to use their debit cards, as the bank had lost connection to the rest of the world. It is believed that Russia was behind this coordinated attack, but no one knows for sure. Part 2. Mt. Gox hack, the Bitcoin catastrophe. On February 7, 2014, the Mt. Gox cryptocurrency exchange suddenly ceased trading on its platform. Customers couldn't trade nor withdraw their funds. Shortly after, Mt. Gox made an official statement stating that hackers have stolen $460 million worth of Bitcoins. This incident caused a crash in the value of the cryptocurrency. You see, at the time, Mt. Gox exchange handled most of all Bitcoin transactions in the world. Shockingly, the exchange had experienced a similar cyber attack of same magnitude in June 2011, when hackers gained access into 478 accounts of Mt. Gox customers, transferring 25,000 Bitcoins, worth nearly $500,000 at the time, to a single account they controlled. These hacks ultimately contributed to the collapse of Mt. Gox in 2014. Part 3. PlayStation Network hack. Lulz Sex heist. In 2011, the PlayStation Network faced a massive hack by the Lulz hackers. This hack led to the shutdown of the entire Sony network for over a month. The Lulz hackers executed a full breach, compromising 77 million users' sensitive data, including real names, email addresses, and more. By the time service was restored, Sony had incurred a staggering $171 million in losses. This hack became one of the largest at the time, highlighting the enormous impact cyber attacks can have on big corporations. This massive breach resulted in Sony advising its users to change the passwords on all their devices and be vigilant against targeted scams. Part 4. NASA and the DoD. Hacking realms beyond movies. 15-year-old Jonathan James and 35-year-old Gary McKinnon infiltrated NASA and the U.S. Department of Defense. In 1999, James hacked into the American Space Agency by compromising the computers at the U.S. Defense Threat Reduction Agency. He stole sensitive government data that, if in the wrong hands, could cause damages beyond the U.S. government imaginations. Among the many things he stole, he made away with the source code for the life support systems on the International Space Station. This alone cost NASA $41,000 to repair. Meanwhile, Gary McKinnon had his own agenda. He infiltrated 97 computers, paralyzing the U.S. Naval Fleet's munition supplies after 9/11s, and stole over 950 passwords. His damages rose to over £550,000. Part 5. Stuxnet, the disastrous virus. In 2009, Stuxnet, a self-replicating worm, targeted and infiltrated Iran's nuclear centrifuges at the Natanz uranium enrichment facility. This virus destroyed over half of Iran's centrifuges, seriously hindering the country's atomic plans. The Stuxnet consisted of 3 parts: the worm itself, an execution file that allowed the worm to launch automatically once it reaches its target, and a rootkit whose only function is to hide the existence of the virus in the system. For 4 years, the general belief was that the virus was introduced into the facility through an infected USB stick. However, researchers at Kaspersky Lab discovered in 2014 that the attack was actually carried out through the plant's supply chain. So, who was behind Stuxnet? Many believe it was a nation-state effort, with the US and Israel as the major suspects. Please hit the like button and subscribe to stay tuned for the final part of the most dangerous hacks of all time.